I've got a fancy microphone today. See, I'm getting very high tech for you guys. Let me set this up over here. Mostly, I just wanted to make sure you can hear me. So, can you hear me out there? Hi, everyone. I am Mr. Paul, and I am so excited to get to hang out with all of you again today. This is our third Friday together making art, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So go grab whatever art supplies you have at your house. It doesn't matter if it's just a pencil, if it's a Sharpie. I'm going to use paint today myself, so if you have any paint, you can get that. But whatever you want to work with, it doesn't make any difference. It's all about being creative, hanging out together, and having fun, okay? So how are you guys this week? You good? I hope so. I'm doing good. I look forward to this so much all week long. I can't wait to see all of you guys, hang out with you, make art together. So let's get started, all right? Today I thought we would do something a little different. You know, I have to keep it interesting for you guys. So when I was a kid, one of the things that always really inspired me was reading. I loved books. I could not get my hands on enough books. And even to this day, I still collect books. And I love books for the stories, and I especially love children's books for the art. So I hope you don't mind, but we're going to do something a little new this time. I want to start out by sharing one of my current favorite books with all of you. And then we're going to make some artwork about that book, because that's exactly what I did myself when I was a kid. I would always go and grab books off the bookshelf and set them up and then make drawings of my favorite characters. So we're going to do that together today. All right, here's the book. You ready? It's a big moment. All right, ta-da! Peanut goes for the gold. Have any of you seen this book? Do any of you have it? It's by a fellow named Jonathan Van Ness, who I love. He's an awesome celebrity. He does all kinds of cool stuff. There's a picture of him on the back. Anyway, I'm going to read the story to you first. So we'll have a little story time, and then we're going to make art. Okay? So you can just chill for a minute, relax, and watch along with the story. Oh, well, nothing there, huh? Okay. Peanut goes for the gold. Okay. Can you see? Peanut has their own way of doing things. I have to break up the moment to turn the page, sorry. There we go. Peanut loves doing cartwheels while on the basketball court, and having banana pancakes, and cutting their own hair as they hula hoop. That's kind of crazy. Can you do that? I would not recommend it. Okay. Some people think Peanut's weird, but more often, friends wind up joining in the fun. I don't know about you, but I like weird. I think weird is the best. When Peanut decides to do something, there is just no stopping them. I'm going to be a rhythmic gymnast. And here's what my routine is going to look like. Dad, I need you to help with my outfit. Mom, I need you to help with my choreography. And Sammy, man, you need to pick out my music and make it funky. I love this book so much. Peanut practiced their routine night and day. Peanut practiced at home. They practiced at school. They practiced on the bus from home to school. That's a lot of practice. And when the day for the big competition came, Peanut was sure the routine was perfect. The music was all queued up, and Peanut danced and spun and tumbled and dove. They swung the hoop and tossed the ball and juggled the batons and twirled the ribbon. Peanut's performance was flawless. Almost. Uh-oh. Peanut only forgot one thing: to tie their shoes. But instead of ruining the act, Peanut turned that stumble into a triple axel tumble. And they totally stuck the landing. Peanut knew it was the perfect routine, and the judges couldn't help but agree. Yep, Peanut just has their own way of doing things, even if they're still learning how to tie their shoes. Ta-da! That is Peanut Goes for the Gold. Now, I know we have all different ages of people watching us today, from tiny little kids all the way up to grown-ups, but hopefully you all enjoyed that story. Nobody's too old to enjoy a good children's book. I mean, I'm 40 and I loved it. So anyway, today I thought it would be really fun if we drew a picture of Peanut together. Okay, so let me clear off my easel. We're in my art studio today. This is where I hang out and make my own paintings and stuff. Let's see here. Ta-da! I'll just set that down there. I already kind of started just loosely sketching him out. I don't know if you can see on there or not. I wanted to draw this very first picture that's in the book because I like that magic wand that Peanut's holding and their big cape. So do you guys remember the very first week? If you saw the video that we made on the first week, I was talking about how you can draw anything in the world if you look for the shapes. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. We are going to look for shapes. When I look at Peanut, I see ovals for the head, for the body. What shapes do you all see? There's a lot, huh? All right, well, let's see what we can do. I'm going to start. Can you see that? There's an oval for Peanut's head. All right, and then let's do another one for the body. Kind of looks like a Peanut snow person right now, huh? And maybe little kind of triangles for the legs. What do you think? What else? Well, arms might be nice, huh? Do some little rectangles for the sleeves. You guys drawing along too? If you want to get your own book and draw your own character, that's okay too. You guys can draw anything you want. You don't have to draw what I'm drawing. But if you want to draw Peanut with me, that's cool. You can. Okay. All right, let's give Peanut some arms. I think Peanut is just so cute. And Peanut's wearing some very fancy shoes here. So we'll draw those. Ta-da! All right. What's next? What do you think we should draw next? Any ideas? Maybe face. I'm going to pretend that's what you guys said. I think I heard somebody out there say that. Little peanut eyes. Little peanut nose. And mouth. How are we doing? Looking pretty good, huh? Now Peanut needs a shirt, so you can just draw a line right across here like that. Plop. It's always good to have sound effects when you draw. That seems to help a lot. So if you just draw a line and then go plop, trust me, it'll make it better. Okay, now we need a magic wand, because everybody needs a magic wand. Okay, looking good. How's yours coming along? I wish I could see. Well, after we're all done, please post pictures, because I love, 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 love seeing your artwork. And the last 2 videos that we've done, you guys have shared your artwork with me afterwards, and it made my day. So keep doing that, please. I would love it. All right. Oh, I'm seeing your comments now. Go Peanut. Yes. Go Peanut. All right. Ears. Oh, some very fancy hair. That's what my hair is going to look like pretty soon if I can't get it cut. All right, and Peanut has this little kind of dark patch of fur on their face, so I'm going to draw that. And, oh, the cape! We don't want to forget the cape. It's got 2 little ovals here. That's how it's tied together. And then this big piece back here that's flowing in the wind. It looks like Peanut just tied maybe a sheet or a blanket around themselves. Do you ever do that? Pretend to be a superhero? I've done that before. Like last week. All right. There's Peanut. Looking pretty good, I think. How's yours? Coming along all right? Okay, now I'm going to paint. And if you have any way that you can color it is just fine. So if you have crayons, colored pencils, whatever you want to use, markers. But I've got some paint back here. I'll show you. I've got it all mixed up with peanut colors. And let me get a brush. We'll get started. All right. Let's see here. Coloring is a lot of fun because that means that you've already got the drawing worked out. You don't have to worry about that part anymore. And now you just get to play. And playing is something that I am very good at. I like playing a lot. And I miss getting to hang out and play with all of you guys. I really do. I bet that you all miss getting to go to school and go to Palenke Arts if you guys are from around here. Get to hang out with your friends. We definitely miss all of you very, very much. I hope you guys all know that. But the one thing that I know, especially about artists and about creative people, is that no matter what's going on, we find a way to make it work. So even though we can't hang out in person right now, we still get to hang out with each other like this. And I think that that's pretty awesome. So, and I know that Palenke Arts, they're doing a lot of other online programs with some of the other instructors too, with dancing and music. So I hope that you go follow them and take advantage of all of that, because it's all really great ways that we can just stay connected and keep, stay in touch with each other, stay creative, keep doing stuff. And before you know it, we're going to be hanging out together in person again. But one cool thing about doing it this way is that it makes it possible for people all around the world to hang out with us. When we're only able to just hang out, go into the Palenke Arts building, then it's maybe just 20 or 30 of us. But we could have hundreds of people all around the world drawing and painting and dancing and singing along with us this way. So we want to make sure everybody that's watching knows how much we are grateful that you are here, and just want you all to have fun and be creative together. And if you don't know about Palenke Arts, it's a really, really awesome organization here in Monterey, California. Mr. Juan Sánchez is the director. I don't know what his official title is. Is that your title, Mr. Juan? Director? The boss? But I have to give him a shout out. He did not ask me to do this, but I just want to say a big thank you to Mr. Juan on behalf of everybody here in the Palenke Arts family, because he really is going above and beyond to do everything he can to help the community stay connected, have what they need. And I think that we are all really, really lucky to have this organization. So I know that all you kids feel that way too. I know you know how hard he works and how awesome everything at Palenke is. So shout out to Mr. Juan. Hopefully he is at home right now drawing or painting along with us. One thing that I like to do when I am painting a furry character like Peanut here, I try to think about texture. Texture is the way, making it look the way it would feel. So rather than try to paint it really smooth, I might paint it, if you're using paint, you can try this too, paint it a little bit thicker. Let the paint kind of clump up, because then it'll dry and it'll kind of just have that look of fur, which is what we want. Can you even imagine how soft and squishy and cuddly Peanut is? If there's not a Peanut doll, I hope that somebody makes one soon, because I think that it would just be the cutest thing in the world. I'm going to make some little extra fur flying out. Maybe Peanut's having a little bit of a bad hair day. Some nice hair going on up here. Oh, Peanut. What a cutie. What are some of your favorite books? Anybody have any favorite books that you want to share with me? This one I just happened to see the other day, and as soon as I read what it was about, I said, oh, I've got to order that. I love to collect books, especially children's books, because I love the art in them. I think that children's books have some of the best art. All right, now I'm going to need a different brush. I like to just switch brushes rather than clean them. That's probably not a good lesson for you guys, but I will clean them afterwards, though. It is good to clean out your brushes. But since we are doing the video, I'm trying to make it quick. So, all right, now I'm going to use, if you look here on this picture, you see how Peanut's shirt, it kind of gets, I don't know where I'm pointing. Ah, there. See how it's kind of darker in some parts? And then it gets lighter? That's because the light's hitting it. The areas where the light hits are a little bit brighter. So if you can, try making it a little bit darker in the shadow parts and then lighter in the highlights, and see if that makes it look maybe just a little bit more realistic rather than doing it all in a flat color. Okay, so I'm even going to put a little shadow here underneath Peanut's head. So I like to do the darks first, but that's just me. It doesn't matter. You could do it either way. And then switch over to light for down here. That's a pretty color. Only the best for Peanuts. All right. And you know what? If you get out of the lines, if you mess up, it is okay. That's kind of the point of that book, I think, really. And it's a really good lesson for artists. Because a lot of times you can work really hard on something and you can try to make it perfect. And then something happens, like Peanut forgetting to tie their shoes. And in one instant, it could all go wrong. But that doesn't mean that it's ruined. You can fix it. You can change it. You can even use that thing that feels like a mistake. You could actually make that into part of your piece, just like Peanut did, and maybe even it will make the piece better. Sometimes I've mixed up the wrong color, or I've colored outside of the lines, and then I had to do something to sort of fix that part, and it ended up making the piece even cooler. So don't feel like just if you mess up or if something doesn't look perfect, that's not the time to give up. That's the time to start being creative, because every artist messes up all the time. Even the really, really, really good ones. We all make mistakes. And the thing that makes an artist successful is when you can figure out how to use those mistakes and do something positive with them. Do something that will make it even better. All right. Time for another brush. Look at all these brushes, by the way. I've got a lot, so we could be here a while. Okay. All right. Time for Peanut's cape. Same thing on the cape, since we're talking about lights and shadows. See how this way. See how the cape, it's lighter up here and darker down here. That's not because the cape is different colors. It's because the light is hitting this top part, and down here it's not. It's more in shadow. Okay, so I've got two different blues mixed up. I'm going to do the dark blue down here. Go, Peanut, go. One trick that you can use if you are painting, if you want to, a lot of times you can see your brush strokes. If you're painting on a smooth paper, or I'm painting on a poster board here, if it's really smooth, sometimes you can really see the brush strokes. If you want to hide them, if you don't want the brush strokes to be so strong, you can just go in X's like this. If you go one direction, then another direction, one direction, then another, then that makes them, they kind of hide each other a little bit. They become a little bit more blended in, so you don't see those marks quite as much. Gorgeous. Do you talk to yourself when you work? I always like to just tell myself I'm doing a good job, even though I'm here by myself. Just pat myself on the back, say, "Good job, Mr. Paul. You did it. You got that in just right." Okay, now I've got a lighter blue for up here, because that's where the light is hitting. If you are painting, if you have a flat brush like this, I like to turn it around. See how I've got my hand upside down like this? That way the flat part of the brush goes right along the line that I'm trying to make. It makes it a little easier than if I was trying to paint that line this way. And then you see how if I go along this top part, I turn the brush the other direction, and then that makes it easy to do that line. Sometimes when I'm painting, if I'm not doing a video or something with people watching, I'll even turn the painting around if I'm trying to get to a certain part that's hard to reach, or is kind of awkward from the normal position. I'll just turn it over so I can get to the part that I need to reach. All right, ta-da! We're getting there. Okay. I think Peanut needs some arms and legs now. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush for that part because they've got very tiny arms and legs. And it would be hard to do with a big brush. So you want to pick your brush to go along with the size of the thing that you are painting. If you are using colored pencils or crayons or something like that to color, if you still want to try the shadows like I did here, all you have to do is press harder in the shadow part. That makes it darker. And then if you press lighter in the rest, then it'll be lighter. It's pretty awesome with colored pencils. You don't even have to switch. You just use the same one, but the harder you press, the darker it'll be. All these little tricks. I've got a lot of them because I've been painting a long time. I was, 3 years old when I started taking painting lessons. I had an awesome art teacher, and so I'm 40 now, so you can do the math. Figure out how many years Mr. Paul has been painting. It's a lot of years, huh? We won't even think about it. But the cool thing about art, I think, is that no matter how long you do it, you never know everything. There's always so much more to learn. It never gets boring. It's always just really exciting. Every day I am so excited to come in here and work on a painting or a drawing, or I do some digital art, so sometimes I'm working on my computer. Whatever it is I'm doing, it is always a challenge. It is always fun. It never gets old or boring. That's a pretty cool thing. Okay, got to put a little bit of blue on this part here. That's the cape coming around. All right. And let's see, the magic wand. Don't want to miss anything. Have to make Peanut look perfect. Do some bright red shoes. Now, it's your painting, so you can use, or your drawing, or whatever you're making. So you use whatever colors you want. You don't have to match mine at all. Use your creativity. I think that it's always more interesting when you can put your own spin on it a little bit. But I think these red shoes are pretty awesome myself, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the inside, that little top part of the shoes, darker, because that's going to be more the shadow part. And see how just making that a little bit darker, it makes it feel like it goes right down inside that shoe. Light and shadow is one of the most powerful things in art because it can really make things look three-dimensional. So I hope that you have fun playing around with that. Just when you're drawing or painting something, especially if it's something you can look at, look to see where's the light coming from? Where's the light hitting it? Is there one side of it that's lighter or darker? Then try to make it match that in your picture. That is the way that you can make your drawings and your paintings look realistic. Okay, so now Peanut has really dark little hands. Just don't want to forget down here. Okay. And let's see, the star. And I want to put a little yellow band on the headband. Like that. So see, even though I painted it red, I changed my mind. I want to have some yellow in there. An artist is always allowed to change their mind. Okay. Now I need a tiny, tiny brush. This is the problem when you have too many brushes. Sometimes it's hard to choose. Here you go. This should be good. All right, peanut eyes. Make those pop a little bit more. And peanut nose. This is one thing that I do when I need to kind of have a steady hand. I'll rest just like one finger on a dry spot somewhere so that I can kind of just keep a good steady hand. It's harder to make a nice straight line if your hand's floating out there. Okay. And of course, peanut smile. Very important. How cute is that? Now, the last thing I want to do is just add a few more little flyaway hairs so Peanut looks good and furry. Maybe even some to overlap the ear a little bit. Just get some more fur texture going on. This part's fun. You can just kind of go wild with your brush, let it go wherever it wants. There we have it. There's our Peanut. How did yours turn out? Are you still working? Well, whenever you finish it, and if you want, it might be fun to add a background in your picture too. You can imagine where Peanut is. Where's Peanut hanging out, and show us their environment a little bit. Tell your own story, because that's really what art is. Art is all about telling stories, whether it is a painting or a song, or if someone is acting, whatever it might be, writing. It's all about communicating. That's why I love art so much. And I think that's why art is so important right now when we do have to stay at home and we can't be around each other as much. Being creative is such an awesome way to stay connected and communicate with each other. So I hope that you make time, maybe a little bit of time every day, to do something creative, whether it's making a picture of Peanut, coming up with your own dance, doing your own gymnastics routine like Peanut did. Just be careful. Whatever you want to do, but stay creative. I hope that you all had a whole lot of fun hanging out with us today, and I can't wait to see your artwork. Please share it with us online. You can tag Palenke Arts. You can tag me. You can post it wherever. We'll find it. But be sure to go to the Palenke Arts Facebook page and give it a follow so that you can keep up on all of the other awesome activities that we have going on to keep you guys entertained and connected, okay? Until next time, I hope that you have an awesome week. Stay safe, stay creative, wash your hands a lot, please, especially if they're covered in paint like mine. And just have a wonderful, wonderful week. We all miss you so much. We can't wait to see you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.